So we're getting into our next map. We're getting into our next... Oh! Getting into our final qualifying match, our final series, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of ley lines, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is NightMare. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player, the blue Terran himself, representing Team Falcons. It is Bunny. We go. If battery overcharge still exists, I doubt this would work. I mean, that would imply that that the all-in not being scouted would you could still maybe get away with the defense. But again, like, unfortunately, NightMare, he didn't scout, right? He failed to confirm the lack of gases. If he was aware of the all-in, then he would have had extra static defense and most likely extra warp bins as well. Remember, he was also trying to defend without any charge himself. But NightMare, what happened? He was caught with his pants down, papi. He just didn't know. Until it was too late. Until it was too late. Is it a final? This is the final qualifying match. So, in a sense, yes, these are best of threes. SOSC's in GSL, and there's one spot left for these two players. Either Bunny or NightMare. We've already said goodbye to some key players like Shin. Like, I'm still like very, very somber about the fact that, you know, Shin's not in GSL. It's crazy, crazy. Smurge, papi, smurge. But here we go. So we have our standard opener, economic opener out of Bunny, I should emphasize. Likewise, standard opener out of NightMare. And again, we haven't really casted much of NightMare recently just because he has been playing a lot of Deadlock. He's been playing and competing quite a lot in Deadlock instead. So we'll see if he can tighten up here against Bunny. Let's go. Let's go. See someone asking, is this live? The cast is live, but the matches are via replay. These matches occurred last week. They all occurred last week. Just to re-emphasize once again, because I'm sure some people maybe are unaware, the GSL qualifiers are never casted live. I say never, like, the last time they were casted live was maybe like 8 years ago. Like, it's been a very long time since there's ever been any live coverage on GSL qualifiers. They're only ever covered by replays. So the replays, they were given out. This was last week, but we didn't have any time to cover them just because we were so busy with our schedule. It was this week where we had some time. And even then, like, it's still very clutch and very tightly packed because we just finished casting Pegasus Monday. Like, we just finished casting another tournament, and now bam, we gotta go straight into the GSL qualifiers while we can. Otherwise, there's just no room. There's no room in our schedule. We're just casting too much StarCraft. Too much, papi, too much. We're gonna cram it all in. All the matches. Because, of course, tomorrow we're casting Uthermal's 2v2 tournaments. Tomorrow is also the Pondcast. The weekend, you have the May Mayhem. You have SDO, STC, Brazilian StarCraft. Busy, papi, busy. For now, though, Bunny does go for the dive. It is going to be a Twilight Council opener out of NightMare. How many gates? We have 2 gateways in the main base, and we have 2 gateways to the natural. It has been a... Whoa. Never mind. I was about to say, it's been a while since we've seen 4-gate blink. Let's go. And then he cancels. We still won't see it. We still will not see it. But he will be forcing an overreaction. The goal here is that Bunny is going to be hyper defensive. We have the bunker on the low ground. Tanks are amassing. And NightMare, instead, he expands. But alas, Bunny will confirm this. Or at least he should. Yeah, he gets eyes on the pylon. Confirms the gateway is now missing. Bunny is deflected. And Bunny gets eyes on the 3rd. So nice scout here by Bunny. NightMare with the attempted fake out. From here we're calming down. Bunny getting into his own 3-1-1 setup. Likewise, NightMare also taking up into charge. From here, we should be seeing a Forge and +1 alongside charge. We should be. Oh, as the Widowmine drop is being shut down. Oh my god, one more volley. Oh, Widowmine does fall. And so does the other. And not a single shot goes off. Nice defense here by NightMare. He shuts down the drop play. Behind this, going for charge, going towards Templar Archives, in towards Storm. Interesting. Often we would see Blink a charge into Colossus, but no, NightMare, he's embracing Storm instead. Still no Forge, by the way. He's headed into Storm. This is not live, this is light. Ah, no. Ah, I see what you did there, I stand. Aye. Never too much. True. I mean, sleep would be nice. It would be nice to get some sleep sometimes. A little bit. But it's just a very intense month for StarCraft. Because we have all of our regular events, which is already twice a day, every single day. And then we have GSL on top of that. Then we have DreamHack Dallas. We have Cheeseadelphia next month. We have Star Zagora. And Home Story Cup, right? I keep forgetting. But Home Story Cup is also next month, by the way. Like, it's just everything all at once. It's crazy. I think the Home Story Cup is the one that caught me off guard. It was like, oh my god, like I can't, like that's also in the middle of all these events? Like, Jesus. Here we go. Storm is almost done. Bunny, he breaks out. Behind this, getting up to his own 5-rack setup. 3. Okay, no third CC, by the way. He's rallying everything across the map. Bunny, he's very committed here. He is committed. There are 3 High Templar in the Prism. Storm coming in. Oof. Yeah, Dust shuts down the army. Oh, the storms are brutal. And here we go. We have the final storm. And last storm pops off. Tanks go down. And NightMare's holding. NightMare, he's holding. Shuts down all the tanks. Takes down most of the pyro. High Templar, all 3 of them survived somehow. NightMare, calm down. Saves all 4 High Templar. There's the NG overcharge. He does have a storm available. And Bunny, he has to back off. And Bunny, this third CC is so late. Again, this was borderline 2-base all in. I say borderline because he didn't pull the boys and he didn't have extra Raxes, which is why it caught me off guard. And Bunny is in trouble. Especially considering the location of the third. 1 man goes down. NightMare, he spots the third base. Waiting at the mine shots. Waits out 1. Waiting at the other. As he just collapses in. Decent mine connection. Storm from behind takes down the Prism. Oh my god. High Templar, they unload just in time. There's still 1 storm left. Whew. But Bunny holds. Bunny, he does hold on. Shout out to the flanking drop. If it wasn't for that, that could have been it. That could have been game. Oh, he even gets a High Templar as well. Barely not. NightMare does pull away. NightMare pulls back. Bunny claiming his own third. You just need to learn to cast in your sleep. True. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of dreading the Home Story Cup weekend. Like, especially here in Australia. Like, the Home Story Cup casts are brutal. For those who don't know, for the past couple of editions, we have been the B stream for Home Story Cup. And the Home Story Cup group stage, it's a full day event, mate. It's a full day event. But it's a full day event that starts at like 10 p.m. here. So it goes into the next day at like 10 a.m. It's crazy. Aye. We'll be all over that. Don't worry. We'll be there. Nice splits. A nice resplit here by Bunny. As NightMare, he falls back. Bunny, he holds. Let's go. Bunny, he holds on. He claims his third base. Ghost Academy is on the way, building up towards eventually Viking production as well. Bunny is stabilizing. I do still feel like NightMare has more momentum. NightMare getting his 4th base up and running, still maintaining his High Templar. Colossal production has begun. Still very tense, still very back and forth. NightMare still looking for a way in. Uh oh. Speaking of, does deny the drop. Speaking of drop plays, we're going for the storm drop. Let's go. NightMare going for the mineral line. Storm's popping up. Lands one. Ooh, lands two, lands three. So far getting 7 SCVs. He wants one more. Oh no! Get out of here! No! This stack 16 SCV kills. Almost every SCV goes down. Ay, ay, ay. Did cost 4 storms. True. That was a lot of storms. But worth it here for NightMare as long as he doesn't die to the counter attack. As there are limited storms to defend. Bunny, he's pushing out. He's pushing out. There's still so many more High Templar. Again, the initial dropped High Templar, they don't really have any energy left, but there's still some left over. You know, these reinforcing High Templars instead. NightMare, he has some storms left over. He's ready for this. Bunny kind of push up the ramp. And NightMare, he regains map control. Catching out 2 ghosts. Massive pickoffs. 2 ghosts go down. Less EMPs. There are what? 5 ghosts left in the army. 4 ghosts left even. Nice EMPs. Does catch a couple of High Templar. But there are still so many behind. Oh my god, how many High Templar are there? 9! 9 High Templar! Each with at least 1 storm, some of them with 2. Oh god. That's a lot of storm. Plus triple Colossus. How many Vikings are there? A decent Viking count. 6. It's okay. 6 soon to be 8. It's not ideal. But the storms are coming. Bunny does it off his army. Coming in for a dive. EMP raises the Colossus. Storm zones away the Vikings. Okay. Feedback here on the Ghost, not bad. Storm's covering everything. Oh god. And he commits mass storm on the army. Bio army gets forced back. We still have more storms, by the way. He's still not stopping. You keep going, Bobby. GG gets called, and NightMare, he will take game number 1. Storming all over Bunny. Ay, ay, ay. GG. He had 9 High Templar. That was crazy. That's an insane amount of High Templar. Plus a Colossus on top of that as well. And with that, GG well played. NightMare does take a lead in the series. And he needs 1 more game to qualify for GSL. Bunny has to fight back here and now to bounce back and to force the ace match. Let's go. The pressure is on. Pressure is on Bunny. As we load into one of the larger maps in the map pool, let's go. This morning in the top right-hand corner of the Amygdala, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Streamer Zone, leading the series 1-0. Uno mas, 1 more game away from advancing on and qualifying for GSL. It is NightMare. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Team Falcons. It is Bunny. Here we go. That is peak degeneracy. Ah, no. Oh, the storms. He just wants to make sure that Bunny is washed, that he's clean, he's cleansed. Cleansed by the storm. Oh, God. Yo, I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Hans. Thank you. Thank you. You appreciate it. Oh, as NightMare opening up with a proxy. Hello. Esther, NightMare. We have a gateway back at home. I'm assuming a gateway across the map as well. NightMare spicing things up here in game number 2. Now, considering the size of the map, we do expect Bunny to go for an economic opener. We expect single gas ranks expand, which I'm sure NightMare is hoping for as well. Yep, there's the gateway. So proxy gate, and the goal here would be to not just delay, but ideally cancel the CC. Oh boy. Speaking of, here it comes. So command center on the low ground. NightMare going to be hyper aggressive here to shut it down. NightMare does confirm he should be feeling good about this. He's like, oh, let's go. The CC is getting ready for me. Beautiful. First Zealot's on the way. Cybercore's almost done for the proxy. And here comes the Stalker. So Zealot first, Stalker is proxied, and the Adept is back home. The reason why the Adept is being made from the gateway that's back at home is because the Adept has shade, so it gets across the map even faster than a Stalker, and faster than a Zealot. So it's all about speed. It's all about getting across as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, the CC is almost done. And again, the goal here is to cancel, is to at least delay, but maybe even force a cancel here, as there's only one Marine. Yeah, one Marine to defend. SCV is going to be targeted down. The boys are going to have to be pulled here. Bunker on the high ground. Oh no. And again, the CC is almost done, and it's not going to finish. Here we go. The boys are being pulled. Zealot has arrived. And can Bunny finish the command center? Oh no. Can he? He's not going to. Yeah, he's not going to. Second SCV goes down. NightMare pushing up the ramp. Catching out more workers. You're getting 3, 4, 5 SCV kills. Adept has arrived. Marines trying to hold their own. The bunker is about to finish. He almost has the bunker. But it may not matter. It may not matter here. That's going to be 9 SCV kills. Adept gets behind the mineral line. Stalker's knocking down that front door. They force a cancel. No. They forced the cancel. That's all he needed, and he's getting even more. As Deeper does catch fire. Deeper goes down. That supply blocks Bunny. Here come more Stalkers. The Cyclone is almost out. And the Cyclone should turn on. No, he's just going for the Cyclone. He just doesn't care. He just goes for the snipe. Oh no! One shot away. One shot away from going down. The Cyclone on 1 HP. Jesus. Does survive. Does hold. But Bunny, he's still supplied, but he can't make anything. There we go. Does finish up the pylon. Sorry, the pylon. The depot. Tank is on the way. Marines are on the way. Back at home, NightMare, he's already on 2 bases. He's up to 25 probes. He has a massive economic lead. And Bunny, how do we recover? He has to just now begin his CC. Just a brutal start. Again, the stars aligned for NightMare. We spoke about it, but NightMare, who was hoping that Bunny was going for a Rax expand, which is exactly what had happened. Likewise, Bunny, he just was unable to save the low ground. Lost so many SCVs in the process. The proxy is going to be shut down, but NightMare has a massive lead. Massive lead for NightMare. At this point, Bunny is borderline 1 base all in, but like he just doesn't really have the economy or the supply or the production to sustain an all in. From here, he can maybe go for a medevac and drop across the map. I think that might be the best chance, is to go for an early medevac. Otherwise, we could try to play a longer game and go Tech Lab into Banshee. But even then, I feel like the medevac might be the only way. Add-on swap, okay. True, if we're going into Banshee play, this is going to be faster. There we go. So the add-on swap, Banshee is on the way. He's still supply blocked. Oh god, just now breaking out. Banshees are a way to recover. They have potential to wreak havoc and get some SCV or get some probe kills to get damage across the map. But the pressure is on Bunny. Ay, ay, ay. NightMare being somewhat active, moving out. I mean, he's already miles ahead. Like, NightMare, he doesn't have to get more damage, but he's going for it anyway. Gets 1 SCV. Threading a drop into the main. It's like, NightMare, you're good. It's fine. It's like, no, I want more. Give me more. He's going for the tank. The tank is going to be targeted. Massive pickup. Takes down the Marines. Oof. And now going for the SCVs. This is brutal. From here, the Banshee is out. The Banshee making its way across the map. We'll get eyes on the third. Remember, there is no cloak. There are already 3 Stalkers and an Observer in the main. He's ready for the cloak. Ah, no. NightMare, he's ready for everything. Banshee does poke in. The Banshee is going to be shut down. 0 damage from the Banshee. Doesn't get a Stalker. Doesn't get a probe. Does shield damage to the Stalker. Oh no. Terran players, look away, papi. Look away. Not like this. Not like this. NightMare claiming his third. We have Blink on the horizon, a Gateway Explosion alongside this. Going into Mass Blink Stalker. And it's all or nothing for Bunny at this point. This has to wreak havoc. Now, there's a chance that we end up in a weird base trade, but the problem here is that Bunny just moved out and NightMare's already here. Let's get a tank. Tank goes down. There's nothing at the natural. NightMare, she's like, hold on. Where are you? He's like, what's going on? What's happening? Ah, he's ready. Yo, we got the slow lot defense. The slow lots are coming in. Blinks the forward, takes down one of the tanks. He gets one, he gets both. And these are vanilla Marines. There's no stim. GG gets called, and NightMare, he will take the series 2-0, qualifying and being the final player to qualify for GSL. GG. Congratulations here to NightMare as he does claim the series, does qualify. My condolences to Bunny. Bunny, I'm a big Bunny fan myself. I know Yaku included as well. Big fans of Bunny, but he will not be a part of GSL this season. It is brutal considering how jam-packed this month is going to be and how important GSL is for a lot of these Korean players as well. And certain key players will not be a part of it. Not be a part of it. GG, well played. I'm actually curious. Let me just double check. Let me just double check the qualifier itself. There are the matches, of course. Rogue took down Shin 2-0. Rogue qualified for GSL. Trigger took down Shin 2-1. Trigger also qualified. We had SOS over NightMare and NightMare over Bunny. Ay, ay, ay. And let me quickly just open up the Wikipedia page. We can all have a look together as we have concluded all the qualifiers. Let's go. Let us go. From the top, we have the technology. Bam. Okay. Whew. Actually, you know what? I'll link you guys in the chat as well. We can all have a look. We can have a look together, papi. Let's go. I'll link in the YouTube chats. I'll link in the Twitch chat as well. There it is. Okay, we can all have a look together. So from the top, we did have our qualified players. Shout out to Björn. We had Björn, Classic, Gumiho, Hero, Maru, Raynor, Solar, Cure, Rogue, SOS, Trigger, and NightMare. 12 players. 12 players did qualify. Of course, we did cover and cast all of the qualifying matches. Just looking to see any other notable pickoffs here. Oh, Ryung. We didn't get to cast him, but Ryung also didn't qualify. I was thinking of Shin and Bunny. Shin and Bunny don't qualify. Ryung, he also doesn't qualify. Went to the ace match against SOS. SOS took a map off of Hero. Let's go. But yeah, Ryung, he's also another player here. He went down to Shin early on, so that is a brutal loss here. Another player, another key player, not going to be part of GSL. Scrolling down, DRG, Dongregu. That was another player that we were looking for. DRG has been inactive for like 5 months, maybe like 4 to 5 months. DRG has been inactive. He is one of those players that we were waiting to see. Does he show up? Does he play? This is almost a group of death, by the way. Jesus. We have Rebellion, we have Ateshi, we have DRG, alongside the more notable players as well. This is a brutal group. Oh my god. In the end, DRG went down to Rogue and DRG went down to NightMare. So DRG, he will not be a part of GSL. Scrolling down, who else do we have? We have Percival, of course. Percival being the other notable here. We had, of course, Raynor qualifying, Björn qualifying. I'm pretty sure Zaun also qualified as well. Creator! I forgot about Creator. Oh no, that is sad. That is sad. Creator, like I mean, we just casted, like Creator, he just went to the ace match against Bjorn in a best of 5. Like Creator, he's not a bad player, but he did lose to Percival here. That should have been a win. That was, yeah, I would say that was an upset here for Creator. Percival popping off, even taking a map off of Raynor. Percival, calm down. Yo, Percival, if you were here this morning, he 2-0'd, he 2-1 Shin. Percival, he also beat Shin. He beat Creator. He takes a map off of Raynor. Percival looking very in form as of late. Very impressive. But Creator, another player that is not going to be a part of GSL. The final group here, who do we have? We have Atrox. He's a very young Zerg player. We got Luna C. Luna C took a map off of Bunny. Let's go. We had Homono. Homono, who did not partake. I'm pretty sure Homono is not in Korea, so like Homono, he couldn't even play. Does that make sense? But that leads into these were the seeding matches. We already casted these. The seeding matches are a little bit less important. And here we have, yeah, Percival, he won't be a part of GSL. He gets knocked out. Percival alongside Shin. Zound. Oh, I just assumed, my apology. I just assumed, like in my brain, Zound was already in. Like in my brain, like, oh yeah, Zound, he's in GSL. Zound, that's even more brutal. Oh my, Zound is in form. I would say that Zound is like top 3 Protoss in Korea right now. I would say Hero, Classic, Zound. They're top 3. I rate Zound higher than SOS, higher than NightMare, even higher than Creator actually. Like I rate Zound very highly here. That is brutal. Zound down to NightMare and down to Bunny. Ay. Okay, so GG, well played. We have our set players for GSL. We will not have DRG. We won't have Bunny, Shin, Zound as well, Ryung. Stats. He didn't show up. He didn't play. So that's like a silent retirement from Stats. Yeah, very cutthroat. Very cutthroat. GG. Just catching up in the chat. Catching up in the chat. Creator struggles last year. So Creator, he took some time off. Creator, he took some time off, and so he's a little bit less informed. But I say that, but like Creator, he played well today. Like Creator, for those that were watching, for those who weren't here today, like Creator, he's in form. He took down Max Packs. He I wouldn't say clowned on him, but Creator, he shut him down really well. Like Creator, he played really well today. He took down Max Packs, and again, he went to the ace match against Bjorn, and honestly, he could have beaten him as well. I'm still, it's like 3 hours later, I'm still thinking about that game on Tokamak. Like Creator versus Bjorn on Tokamak, like, oh god, that was so close. That was so close. But like I'm still like again, like Creator, he's in form. He's a good player. Same with Zound as well. But you know, GSL can be very brutal, can be very cutthroat, can be very unforgiving. So it's all about, you know, being solid on the day, right? On the day, on the qualifier. So with that, GG, well played. When it comes to the main events, I do see some people asking about it. Yes, the reason why we squeeze in back-to-back broadcasts, which we usually don't do, is because GSL begins tonight. Group stage 1. Group stage 1, you can see here, 3 hours. Bam, in 3 hours time, Group A begins. It won't be on this channel. We'll be casting next week via replays. So we're going to be casting Group A via replays, but if you want to watch it live, then check it out over on YouTube and on Soup. Soup is Africa TV. They rebranded as Soup. So they got you covered there. And this is today's or tonight's broadcast. We have a Cure versus SOS and Solar versus Raynor. This is a GSL group. So GSL format, as in winner plays against winner, loser against loser, and then the decider match. So 5 matches. I believe these are best of 3s. Hold on. All matches best of 3. Okay. So group stage 1, all matches best of 3. Group stage 2, all matches best of 3 as well. Okay. So it's going to be 5 best of 3s tonight in tonight's broadcast. Top 2 advance on, bottom 2 they're out. So best of luck here. This is going to be a brutal group for Raynor. I do rate it's It's gonna be close. It's gonna be a close one. I do rate Solar ZVZ really highly. I do think that Solar has stronger ZVZ than Reynor. I think it's gonna come down to Reynor versus Cure in the ZVT. Oh, actually, based on these matches though, Reynor, he might never play Cure. Worst case scenario for Reynor, I feel, is that Reynor, he goes down to Solar, Cure takes down SOS, Cure takes down Solar, Cure advances on in first place, and then you have Solar versus Reynor in the rematch. Like that would be brutal if Reynor has to play purely ZVZs, like to make it through. But we'll see. Again, I know Reynor, even though he's been lost in the Rift, I know that Reynor has been practicing a lot recently, so I'm happy to be surprised by Reynor's ZVZ and happy to be wrong about it. So best of luck to Reynor. Best of luck when it comes to his matches. Not an easy group. Scrolling down, tomorrow we have Group B. That's going to be Maru, NightMare, Rogue, and Trigger. Oh boy, big Trigger fan. I want Trigger to do well. We have seen Trigger perform quite well against Maru before. I'm always thinking about WTL Trigger versus Maru on Gressvan. That was a crazy TvP, and where Trigger was looking very, very solid, very strong. I mean, that was like over a year ago at this point, but it still lives rent-free in my mind. Trigger versus Maru on Gressvan. Highly recommend the VODs from like a year ago. But we do have a rematch here. Likewise, Rogue is going to be an interesting one as well. Rogue has a very unique style of ZVP and ZVT, and Rogue, he can be very tricky to deal with in that matchup as well. Expect a lot of lunkers against Protoss and Terran, all the lunkers. Scrolling down, we have Group Stage 2. As a reminder, we already casted the seeding matches. Bjorn, Hero, Classic, and Gumiho, they are seeded directly into Group Stage 2. So they already skipped the first round. They play next week. Instead. Here we go. Not many Zergs. I mean, we're just missing Shin, right? I think for Zerg players in GSL, I think Shin is the only like big one. Like you could argue DRG, but I would say that like DRG, he's less informed, so I don't think it's wrong that that some of these other players made it over DRG. But it's just Shin. It's just Shin that's missing. So we have Solar, Reynor, and Rogue as the 3 Zergs. Rather wait a week. Ah, thank you. I do appreciate. It's okay. Like I do recommend watching it live just because you get the cameras, right? You get the player cams, you get the audience. It's a very different vibe, very different experience. So you can watch it live. It's all good. Just no spoilers in our chats. No spoilers. Watching the angry letter get GSL and lights me up. No, it's okay. If I cast it on GSL, I have to wear pants. I'd have to wear pants, baby. Oh no. Without Dark, not observed. Yeah, Dark, he for those who don't know, Dark, he has commenced his military service. I think Dark, he commences military 2 days ago, the 5th of May, I want to say. Dark's last tournament was the Pigsty Festival. That was his last event before going to the military. So we bid Dark adieu, bid him adieu. It's been a long time coming, and I know that he put it off so that he could be there for his daughter. He could be there. Like, for those who don't know, Dark, he's a dad. He's a pappy. You know. He was there for the birth of his daughter, and of course for the first year as well. So was able to be there to help raise his daughter and all that good stuff. But now is going to the military. So much love to Dark. Much love. I'm an old dog. I've watched plenty of GSLs when it was big. These days I have to pace my viewing. Fair enough. The pants. Oh no, not the pants. But yeah, with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We do appreciate it. Again, the reason why we had back-to-back broadcasts today was so we can squeeze in the qualifier cast before GSL began. So yeah, GSL 3 hours. GSL is going to be in 3 hours time. And again, it's a bit of a shorter format, right? Only 12 players. 12 players. We have Group A, then we have Group B, and the Group Stage 2, Group A, Group B, and then 4-player playoff bracket. So it's a pretty fast tournament, is what I will say. This is 3 weeks. Week 1, week 2, week 3. 3 weeks of GSL. And as a heads up, a reason why it's gonna go by so quickly as well is because season 2 of GSL starts immediately after. It's like I think it's like week 3 is playoffs, and then week 4 I think it's the qualifiers already. I think the qualifiers of GSL season 2 is like right after the playoffs. It's crazy. So like back-to-back GSLs. For those that are curious, why is it so jam-packed? It's because of EWC. Esports World Cup is in July, right? Hold on. I think EWC is in July, so everything has to be done before July. Let's see. Yeah, Esports World Cup is in July. So because that, you have to like cram in all these events. You have to cram in GSL, DreamHack Dallas, that is later on this month. Next month is Star of Zagora and Home Story Cup as well. And I believe Cheesadelphia is also in June. So we have 3 big events in June, and then Esports World Cup in July. So just a really, really jam-packed and intense schedule. So it's not ideal, but it's a lot of StarCraft condensed in like 3 months. We'll weather the storm. We'll do it. Time to ladder. It's 4:30 p.m. I would like some breakfast. Thank you very much. I would. No. Aye. How long was the cast? 6.5 hours. 6 hours and 40 minutes. You're crazy. But yeah, with that, we're going to be wrapping up. With that, we're wrapping up. I'm going to go and get some food. I'm going to go get some breakfast, and I'm going to go get ready for the stream. I say that we're going to be laddering. Sorry, we're going to be streaming some Final Fantasy later on tonight. I will not be laddering any StarCraft 2 today, just because we casted so much. But if you follow our schedule, bam. Here we go. We have our weekly schedule. So we just wrapped up our Wednesday cast. Tomorrow we're going to be casting Euthermal's 2v2 circuits, and after the 2v2 circuits, I'll go live on my stream. After tomorrow's morning cast, I'll be laddering. I'll be laddering after the Euthermal 2v2 circuit, and I'll also be laddering after Friday on Little League Cup. So 2 days of ladder, Thursday and Friday. It's been like a week since I've laddered, and it's been like a week since I've streamed. We also have the Pondcast Thursday tomorrow evening. We also have over the weekend the May Mayhem, SDO, STC, Brazilian StarCraft. The weekend is going to be very intense when it comes to content, when it comes to StarCraft. There's a lot going on. So do check it out there. So if you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat. You can help support our tournaments specifically. 100% of the money on Patreon goes towards the players, goes towards the tournament prize pool. So you can support us there if you wish. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Going to be heading off here for the evening. And again, we'll be back here on the CranKy Ducklings tomorrow for Euthermal's 2v2 circuit. That is Euthermal's 2v2 tournament, the April event. We all over that, and of course the podcast and more Little League Cup as well. And again, it's next week that we'll be, because our schedule's already full, next week we'll be doing some GSL replay casts. We'll do that next week. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Stick around. We're gonna be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Who is live at the moment? Who is live? Who can we raid? Who can we send everyone over to? Let's go. Find someone. Yo, Kanoya streaming. Let's go. Practice X. We raided Practice X yesterday. Find someone. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe, because we do upload on YouTube on a daily basis. If you see something that you like here, and if you can't watch it live, YouTube is the place to be for all the VODs. All the VODs are on YouTube. Otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more StarCraft action. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. Take care, everyone. Have a great week.